Hey, fantasy fans, this is Dan from Treebeard Book Reviews, and this week I'm going to be reviewing Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. So, pretty much in these reviews, what I'm going to talk about is what I liked about the book, what are some things I didn't like, and let's get into it. Elantris is set in the planet of Cell. It is Brandon Sanderson's first foray into the Cosmere, and it's his first published novel. And in this book, you're going to be following three POVs of the three main characters, Raoden, Serene, and Wraithen. And they're all three really quite different characters. Raoden is a crown prince of the main city of Kay, which is just outside the city of Elantris. And you have Serene, who is betrothed to Raoden, and Wraithen, who is, I guess he's a priest, a high priest of an opposite religion on this planet, but it's a quite militaristic religion. So these are the three POV characters you're going to follow. This review is going to be spoiler free. So really, you start off with Raoden. So Raoden gets cursed with the Sheods. What happened to? There's the city of Elantris, which is this mythical city which was supposed to be housed by the gods, and they had these supreme powers. And then it became cursed 10 years in the past. And everyone who gets this Sheod on them is cursed. Their skin turns gray, they get black splotches, and they cannot heal. So as soon as you're sent to Elantris and you suffer wounds, and they compound to a point where you can no longer function. So the main character, or one of the main characters, Raoden, has the Sheod happen to him, and that's where our story starts. And Serene, who then arrives at the city to marry Raoden, her husband is dead. Okay, so let's talk some good and bad in this book. So first, the good. The big thing for me was the characters. The main character, like Raoden and Wraithen, unreal characters. I couldn't wait to get to a Raoden or a Wraithen chapter. Sometimes like the Serene chapters were a little bit slower, but her chapters really got better as the book went on, where she really got into like the political intrigue that was going on in the city of Kay. But yeah, Raoden, Wraithen, just so compelling, so interesting, especially because the city of Elantris is cursed, or the magic doesn't work anymore. And you're following this mystery with Raoden of what happened to the city, like what happened to the magic, and how can he solve this issue of this sickness that is on him. And then you have Wraithen, where he's trying to convert the civilians of Kay to his religion, and he's just such an interesting character. And his motivations, like you really get in his head about his motivations and his faith, and he's just such a fascinating character. Some other great things are the secondary characters too. There's some really good secondary characters in this book, with Galadon, who is mainly in the Raoden chapters. He's a companion that Raoden meets, and really helps him through his journey through Elantris. And then you have some other really good characters like Duke Royal, and just the secondary characters. They really, like, they don't steal the show, but they really just prop up the main cast, which is what you really want your main characters to do. I guess another good point is the bad guy. The bad guy you think is Wraithen at first, but it's not. And it's this other character who I will remain nameless. But you know this character is slimy the whole time, and you're keeping your eye on him, and you're like, this guy is bad. But you don't really realize how bad he is. And I really like the twist with this character at the end, and he was such a good bad. You just love to hate this character. So I will give Brandon a nod on that. He was just a great bad guy. So getting into some of the bad points of the book, there really isn't many. Like as you can see, like, I love Brandon Sanderson. He's one of my favorite authors. I do have a lot of his books here, especially in the leatherbound. So I am a fan, I will say. But some of the bad, this book did slow down for me a little bit in the middle. Let's continue with the bad. One of the other things, I was always kind of waiting for like the Wraithen or the Raoden chapters. Like, I found those the most interesting. The Serene chapters were definitely a little bit longer, and they were a little bit more politically infused, and I just found that a little bit less interesting. And I guess the other thing was the magic. The magic system is, Brandon Sanderson is known for his magic systems, like especially in Mistborn and Stormlight. This one I felt it was a little bit different. It took me a little bit longer to really understand. Like there was a few things I had to reread to get to understand the magic system a little bit better. I thought it was very cool. Definitely doesn't seem like the most expedient type of magic, or you can't really do it in a. It seemed like you couldn't do it in a fight, personally. But it was okay. So other than that, like there's very minor bad in the book. It's not too long. In the paperback copy here I got, it's about 630 pages. It took me about a week to read. It's quite quick. It just clips along really good, and like I said, you're always kind of wanting to, Brandon doesn't leave you on cliffhangers, but he leaves you wanting more for each character after a chapter. So that is really Elantris. So in this channel, just keep on watching. I'm going to be coming out with some more reviews. I'm going to come up with a review every week. I think the next book I will be reviewing is Guards by Terry Pratchett, so keep your eyes out for that. Thanks again for watching, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.